Okay, welcome to Stardew Valley. Stardew Tuesday. Let's get right into it. I deconstructed a stone chest, I believe, is what I had in there. Gonna put the charcoal kiln in there because I'm not going to turn wood into stone ever. And let's give Penny her daily emerald and some love. The coffee beans are ready today. Always making more coffee. Let's see, we have Robin's Resource Rush and Crop Order. I've harvested 82 bok choy but only sold 47. I should probably make sure I'm selling the regular quality as well. So I've been giving it some thought, and I think what's going to happen is when winter rolls around, I'm going to move the buildings, the animal buildings, back to the left side. And since I won't need as many crops now that I have Ginger Island fully set up, I will have some crops, what crops I can over here on the right, and have room for a proper number of uh, animals on the left, including food for them. I did not mean to pick up that lava eel rail. That was an accident. But we'll live. For the time being, I will continue with the animals I do have. But I think on the right hand side I can manage a third building. The Four Corners farm is almost perfect for animals. You can put them like in the bottom left. But if you have a coop and two barns, the barn overhangs the right hand cliff by one spot and it drives me insane. I wish I could expand it by just one single spot. Honestly, I still think the standard farm is probably the best if you're not doing a challenge that requires anything else. It just, everything fits nicely on it. I had to do the forest farm because if you're starting with only foraging available, then you'd be insane to try and do anything else. Alright, we're going to make Tuesday our new wine day. And that means that putting ancient fruit wine in here. Blueberry wine is actually so terribly inefficient. I never should have done that to begin with. Blueberries are by far blueberries and cranberries, on virtue of how many you get per crop, are basically what the dehydrator was made for. So if I want to use blueberries or cranberries for any other processing, it's going to be drying them. I am missing two spots. Two spots that are missing a ancient fruit, and I do not see them. There's one in that corner. And one in this corner. Okay. And then do the one outside. Even though I know this, and all I did while waiting for OBS to reconnect was harvest my eggplants. I'm going to keep one gold eggplant to put in my Grange display because I can. And then I want something that I cook or something that can be cooked, not necessarily that I cooked. And some sort of fruit. Why not take a... Why not take a star fruit? And I'll take a flower, because I can. And I'll take a foraged good, because I can. We'll take a artisan good and an animal product and a mineral and a fish of some sort. Let's take a super cucumber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Above all else, you want to make sure that all spots are filled. So hop right over to the display. I don't need to win it, but Pierre deserves to be humbled. That'll be good enough. My farm has higher quality uh, items than anything you could ever come up with, Pierre. I should use Deluxe Fertilizer just to get iridium crops to really flex on him. So everyone is at max hearts. I really don't need to talk to anyone, but I still feel better if I do. Let's see what Welwick has to say in year 3. See you at the beach. There's some kind of event taking place. You walk up with George and say something funny. It seems like you two are good friends. Now I see you and Penny in a field of grass. You seem happy. Crystal has moved on. Now I see you harvesting a plump, ripe melon. You're on a wonderful looking farm bursting with life. Usually by this point she would say it doesn't seem like you have any favorites, but apparently I'm just a little bit better friends with George than I am with anyone else. So Leo is, here in town now. He has moved here, so uh, we do still get dialogue with him. Kent is waiting for the clown to do something funny and is disappointed, but Leo is loving it. Yes, there's no need for me to do the games either, but it's once a year, may as well have some fun. Of course, the reason I'm so bad at the slingshot is I basically use it once a year. This. I play the slingshot game each year during the fair, and I shoot the golden walnut out of the tree by the volcano. Other than that, I basically don't use it. If I'd been a little more keyed in at the beginning of that catfish, I could have gotten a perfect on it. It was not a terribly difficult one. After that early jump, it basically stopped moving. Going back to what I was saying about farm types earlier, I do want to try the wilderness farm again someday because it actually has the most space of any farm, but it also has the monsters at night at the start. Obviously, once you get to the witch's swamp, you can turn off the monsters, but they tend to show up at night, and I try to get the most out of every day that I can. So having monsters at night is a significant hurdle for me, especially early on before you're getting any good weapons to fight them off with. Like at the very beginning, you basically have the scythe and that's it. It's why I don't actually speedrun Stardew Valley because that involves a lot of sleeping and spending a day where I don't do anything, where I don't use most of the time is difficult for me. I'm doing even worse than usual right now. At least I got both of those at the end. Even if I hit more than one at the end each time there, it's not going to fix that bad accuracy. Yeah, that was even worse than usual. And of course, I always get one zero strength and one max strength. And see what else I can get along the way. Getting lots of gorilla, which is just below the strongest. There we go. And now while I talk to the people up top, I'll get Lewis judging my display. I'm not sure what score I'll get, but I'll beat Pierre. Survival burgers are vegetarian. Evelyn, feel free to eat as many as you want. I know I'll eat several. I think part of the reason it hurts me to try and end the day uh, early is because I grew up playing Harvest Moon, on which Stardew Valley was inspired, and the days in that are just so very short, especially Harvest Moon 64. I think a day is like 10 minutes, but it feels like 3. Oh, 107 is excellent. So when the days are so short, you your brain gets hardwired to do everything you can every day for with every possible second you have, and that carried over to Stardew Valley. I will get the prize ticket because it's kind of the thing. I don't need anything else. I'll take another light green rug and dried sunflowers just because I have the tokens. But I don't care enough to try and wager or play enough games to get uh, the additional mixed seeds. So for the most part, I'll put things back where I found them. So that doesn't feel like I'm sacrificing all of my items uh, to win the fair judging. Alright, you have another battery pack. That solar panel coming in for me. I realized that in the playthrough where I buried Maru, the solar panel may be one of the best things I can get. She loves battery packs, so if I had lots of them. If I rotate that to be vertical, it fits in nicely. I will deconstruct the hopper. I don't like to use it. Because you still have to do most of the work. You still have to uh, get the item out of the processing machine anyway. You just don't have to reload it manually. But if you're already collecting the item from the machine, it's easy enough to reload it yourself. So I don't feel like the hopper really does much for you. Alright, that's the Stardew Valley Fair taken care of. I mean, 28,000 G, almost 29,000 from something is not bad to get on the day. It's just that based on the processing time, blueberries are just so much better in a dehydrator. The week it takes to turn it into wine is not worth it. And I get a radioactive bar back for the hopper. Okay. Have I just not been to the island? Is that why I don't have a key quest right now? Or did I not want the ones that he had? Looks like the bok choy, the artichokes, and the broccoli, at least, are done. This will get me to 100 bok choy harvested. Finally able to harvest the artichokes after the crop fairy. The grapes are done today too. Uh, so let's sell all of this bok choy. Alright, and put away pine tar, and put away these, and put away those. Raining today, which means the animals stay inside. Don't really need duck feathers anymore. Take the money instead. So the reason I have as much stone as I do towards the uh, quest is that I cleared out the quarry. So I can't go to the quarry to try and get stone that way. If I want to try and get stone, I should check what bars I'm missing the most of and plan how I'm going to get stone based on that. But first, we get more bok choy. And it's the 17th, which means I have plenty of time to do more artichokes as well. Also, while I'm in town, I'll ride over and get the iridium trash can picked up. So all of my tools will be fully upgraded. Finally. Now I get a good amount back if I have to sell something in my inventory. Even the iridium trash can, you still get more by selling it in a bin, but or to directly to a merchant. Let's see if the crop fairy decides to harass me again this year. Alright, so I was going to look at my mining chest and check my bars. Let's see. I've only got 28 iron bars, which is kind of surprising to have that few. And I do have some iron ore, but not all that much. So I'm going to go to the frozen floors of the mine and I'll get some iron ore, and with any luck I'll also be getting some stone. The frozen floors also have dust sprites, which means I can be getting coal at the same time. I do have a full stack of coal, but coal has a nasty habit of you suddenly realizing that you don't have as much as you want. So of course I'll be breaking some stones along the way. Uh, but most importantly, if I see any large stones, I'll take a moment to break those. And with any luck, I'll get at least a couple hundred stone today. With the festival day, I didn't get any stone, so I want to make sure that I'm getting a lot today. I don't like the quarry mine floors, but I will still get as much stone on this floor as I can. These aren't like the light colored stones that uh, always give you experience. Uh, they just look like them on the quarry floor. It's so nice when everything just dies. It's something you take for granted when you don't have galaxy weapons. The ability to just walk up to any enemy you want and take them out. Of course, the level 10 combat and the Iridium band I have combined uh, helps with the damage as well. It's not purely the weapon alone. But when I get enough key gems to get all of my... Oh, that's right. I did already do the quest this week. I did Junior Milk Cart. When I have enough key gems to get my Galaxy Souls and get an even stronger weapon, that's when that's the point when having the fairy box will get kind of pointless because nothing survives long enough to actually damage you. The only time you're really taking much damage at that point is if you get a nice drop shaft in the Skull Cavern. If you ever wanted to try a different weapon style, when you reach the Galaxy weapons, is a great time to do it because they're all good, even if you're not. So you can get used to it while knowing that things are still going to die anyway. We're up to 532 so far. I'm going to come out of here with more coal than anything else. Which isn't the worst it could be. I'll do the diamond, sure. I'm kind of surprised I hadn't already gotten the diamond at some point down here. I'm mining a lot of stone by hand, and I do have the Diamond Hunter book, so every stone I break has a chance of getting me diamond. Granted, it's not a big chance, but it is a chance. Golden animal cracker. I'll get rid of sap. I don't want to get rid of anything else. I probably should for a bomb, but The worst part about the frozen floors is that all the rocks kind of look the same. If you've played a lot, then you can still determine which ones are the ones that always give stone, but it's easier if it's obvious. When I'm looking for a ladder, I'll still break them all. Because any of them could give me. Okay, this is a nice floor for stone. Lots of big rocks. This is the kind of floor I was hoping for. Haha, your mist does not frighten me, mines. Go ahead and bring along all of your bats. I will cut them down. And you get a easy ladder because of it. I'm just gonna ignore the aquamarine. I don't need it. I'll probably withdraw from the mines around midnight. Hoping it's some more good stone before then. I don't really need emeralds since I am duplicating them, but okay, when I find the ladder off this floor, I will leave after taking it. I wouldn't want to try and go through a spiral floor at this time anyway. Hello, my horse. Waiting patiently for me. Got a lot of geodes that I do not need. I think the most exciting part for me is the golden animal cracker. Five more pickled parsnips. Let's do that again. I've grown so many parsnips. Let's get as much out of them as we can. So we ended today with 645 stone. Alright. You're in bed. Got some money. We harvested bok choy, but have not shipped 100 yet. We need to ship 12 more. So I'll just do that tonight. It's nice that she doesn't have nightmares anymore. Caroline has a pumpkin or a potato for me. If I wanted to go back to the frozen floors with the higher chance of finding coal today, ooh, that's it's a whole lot of dust sprites doing things for me. Panning spot. I didn't realize that the pan is not where I want it. I put it at the end of the list. Let's see, cranberries today. And despite saying that they're basically made for the dehydrator, I'm going to sell them as they are. I did not see that truffle the other day. Yeah. Let's do some things so I don't have to do any shenanigans with the... Just for fun, I'll at least do some dried cranberries. I don't have anything else going in the dehydrator at this moment, so why not? And I'll be able to pick up any milk or ostrich egg without needing to worry about my inventory space. I'm so happy I got an animal cracker yesterday. 2 more and I can finally do what I'd like to do with my goats. I like to give all my goats golden animal crackers and then process the goat cheese in casks. Really boosts my profits nicely. So let me pop in here and pull out 12 more bok choy. Yes, it will come up again before the end of the season. And I'm sure that the gold and silver alone would get me up to 100, but let's just complete that quest today and not have to worry about it anymore. And besides that, I think it's just back to the mines to get more stone. I almost want to just buy the stone, but I mean, I don't actually need the stone. I've got 6 full stacks and another stack is close to full. So it's not that I need the stone, it's that I want to complete the quest. If I were to say a resource I would like to have more of, it would be the wood. Speaking of wood, I don't need that chest. That extra chest that's sitting in there. Let's put that in the dehydrator and get 50 wood back. Also, if I really, really wanted to get the stone quickly, what I could do is I could put some of my extra staircases into the deconstructor and get 99 stone from each of those. So we've talked a lot about turning jade into staircases, but staircases can then be turned into 99 stone. So really, with the addition of a deconstructor, you could make an equivalency of 1 jade is equal to 99 stone. It says I'm not. My chat software said I'm not live on YouTube, but checking YouTube myself, it says I am. So I think we're all okay. It may just mean that the chat software is not currently showing me YouTube. Okay, it says it is connected to the chat successfully now. So we should be all good. Gosh, my phone alerts are loud right now. Yes, I want to complete the help wanted quest, but I have no need for the stone itself, so I don't feel like it would be worth buying any stones I don't get from mining just to complete the quest, because money is still more valuable. Tomorrow is Friday, which means ancient fruit harvest in the greenhouse. And if I'm not horribly mistaken, it will also be time to harvest honey on the island. And I may make some more bee houses before I head over there, so that uh, in another 4 days I'll get a little bit more. I don't have a ton of wood, but I'm willing to put what I have towards bee houses right now. I have the full uh, I have the big shed full of kegs. I have enough preserved jars that I'm not struggling to process raw. So I think I can spare what would I have for bee houses. There is something that I need 950 wood for that I also want to do, but uh, do that when I have more money anyway. It takes 500,000 G too. Maybe I should make a slime hutch. It doesn't make you much money, but it is fun. So it may also be a good idea to not spend all of my wood when I'm hoping to be able to expand to a third barn. So I guess we'll see how it actually ends up working out. So that's not until winter, so I think the most prudent thing to do would be use wood now, make more money, and then uh, if I need the wood in winter and can't find any, then I can purchase it with the extra money that I've gotten. That's 789, so I'm doing okay. I don't need the scroll, I don't need the wood mallet, or the broccoli seeds. But because I have the iridium can, I at least pick up the stuff briefly that I don't want and sell it. Get a little bit more money that way. I'm always happy to see jade though. I will get rid of this one coffee bean. It's one left over from harvest that I wasn't able to put in a keg, so. Rare slime, what will you drop? Looks like a magnet ring. So many dust sprites. Imagine how much coal I'd be getting if I had decided to use monster musk. But of course, that's still not the reason I'm here. I'm here for stone, mostly, and just getting other things along the way. If I happen to get, half a stack of coal in the process, all the better. Got stuck on that rock, so I break it out of spite. Alright, pretty sure I'm above 800 at this point. Yes, I am. And we got this good floor again. 10 from each of those. Find 100 of them total over the course of a week. That's the resource rush alone. But of course I'm getting stone from other sources too. So think frozen geodes are technically more profitable to sell without breaking them open. Though the math might change with the geode crusher, I'm not sure. It used to be never profitable to break things open with a geode crusher because of the coal cost. But when they did away with that, the geode crusher became a pretty valuable thing to make. There's a quiver there, but I don't need a quiver. A floor like this might make me use some of my stone. Make a staircase so I don't find one. It's not like you can't use the stone you're finding during the course of the quest. You just have to find it at all. This is horrible. It's 1:20. I'm gonna pass out. See if I can at least get game froze for a moment there. Which is strange, it usually doesn't if I'm plugged in. Okay, that overflowed. I have 3 golden animal crackers now, and just get into bed. Hmm. I'm thinking that now. I was going to ask someone to suggest baby names, but I forgot. So until I actually remember to do that, I'll keep saying that now. I think it was at least speculated, if not said outright, that uh, there will be an update to children in 1.7 to make them less useless. I don't need perpetual toddlers on my farm. I mean, my animals are already basically outside. Oops. Know what? I don't want to drink away my profits. Alright, let's make sure they all get in a machine this time. I may need to take a break before this game day is over, unfortunately. We'll see though. I'll do my best. Just feel a rumbling coming on. And I like to be able to focus on the game. Alright, our beat's done. So there. It's too bad I can't teleport back from the desert. But I can teleport to the desert very quickly and get more beet seeds. It only takes 6 days to grow, so I can do another harvest of them. I was also thinking about buying the next set of starfruit seeds at some point, but not yet. Looks like Pam isn't here anyway, so just as well. I would have had to drive myself. Which seems like a problem. As far as I know, your character does not have a license to drive a bus. Though with how often she spends in the saloon, surprised that I would be surprised to find that Pam's license is up to date either. But maybe the Ferngale Republic just doesn't pay attention to what happens in the valley anyway. I think we'll start seeing silver quality fruit fairly soon. Alright. A wild honey here. So, wood, maple syrup, coal, and copper bars, I believe. Nope, it's iron. I always get that mixed up. Can make 19 more. And the copper bar was not actually the limit, it was the wood that limited me. But I will want to take some of that iron I've been getting and turn it into bars soon. In the meantime, let's go to the island and get going on more of this. 2 more days on the starfruit. So I do have a fairy rose over by the uh, tiger slimes, but I don't like to do that one next because you can't circle it properly. There's a spot where if you put a bee house there, you cannot reach the bee house to harvest. Though I suppose it's possible I can on PC. I'm thinking mostly in terms of console. I may be mistaken here. I might be able to reach that spot on PC. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. I need all of you out of my way, please. So this top spot there, because if you have a BS to the right here and the left there, you can't really reach the one in the top middle. Let me double check while I'm here that I did do a quest this week, yes. And I have 23, which means I do not have enough for a Galaxy Soul right now. I think that's all I really need to do on the island, but because wood was limiting me in some way, I'll chop down the trees that have grown back. And yes, I do need to take that break, so I'll be back shortly. I unmuted, but the headset had turned off. Now it is back on. Okay, let's get back in. Finish chopping some trees. I may as well take the this stuff while I'm here. Why not? I don't need the mussels or the coral or sea urchin, but what else am I gonna do right now? Actually, I should be getting back to the mines, but so I want to come back here on Sunday to harvest all this starfruit. So I'll be harvesting the starfruit before it's time to change things in my uh, shed, since I shifted that to Tuesday. I find I'm a little hesitant to sell uh, coconuts based on having run out when I needed them. Alright, let's hop into the mines and spend a little bit of time there. I only need 61 more stone. With several days left to do this, that should not be a problem. I'm just gonna start on floor 50 though. I think that'll be better for me. For some reason I feel like it will be. Well, this is quite a layout. And it has some insane iron clusters. So if I actually take the time to smelt it, I'm not going to be worrying about iron anymore. Because with that much iron ore, I'm going to need all the coal I've been getting to turn it all into bars. At least I have heavy furnaces, so it's more efficient than regular. Faster and more efficient. As you process 5 bars for the coal cost of 3. Alright, we reached 1,000 stone. Congratulations to me. I'll get the ores and gems and such on this floor, but then I'll leave. Alright, for the moment we have nothing in our journal. But I also know that now I have a lot of uh, got a lot of ore that is waiting to be processed. So let's pull things out as I usually do. Follow the same procedure as usual. Make sure that there's at least 100 of each ore in the chest. Even after making those bee houses, I still have more than a full stock of uh, coal. I'll start with 40 coal in my inventory and see how that works out for me. All the copper already in. Heavy furnaces makes quick work of smelting ore. I already used up all the coal. Let me just take the stack then, and when I have a little bit less ore left, then I'll be able to more easily calculate what I still need. I think tomorrow might be a good day to take that lava eel row to the desert and use it. Or to the volcano. I'm going to put the 1 gold and some iridium in there. But there's going to be more done in 30 minutes. I want the iridium smelting overnight. So it'll be done in the morning. And I can put the iron in while I'm running around the farm. 20 to 30 minutes, so I'll still be in bed in time. I'm not going to pass out here. There we go. Get most of my iridium in. Okay, as far as coal goes, I'll need 6 more for the iridium, and then I'll need 24 more for iron. Hello, Frey Greasy. This is not my #1 favorite game, but it's pretty high on the list. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Unfortunately, I may need another break sooner than I thought I might. Maybe my choice of lunch was not the best option. Gunther asked her to say hi. I mean, I did complete the museum. It would make sense that makes sense you would want her to say hi. Alright, all the ore we were going to smelt is now smelting. Movement speed is not a bad one to have today. Help me get to the fishing spot on the island just a hair faster. Probably shouldn't ignore a purple mushroom that I can forge. That's a lot of legend row. Almost ran out of spots. It's really good that we got a lot of that coal because if I'm going to be lava eel fishing again, I'll need coal to smoke them as well. Oops. Now my horse is trapped in here with the other animals. Unless I have to do that again. Shoot jelly today. Which means 10 silver mayo tomorrow. The barn animals in a mad dash for what grass is available. Even 3 pieces of wood makes me happy right now. Sometimes my instinct is just to turn my head to cough, but then I remember that I have a headset on and it turns with me when I turn my head. Alright, so we pop over to the volcano. And it's still fairly early in the day, so we should be able to get plenty of lava eel today. Oh, eh, eh, hold up. Now I am more than confident in my fishing abilities in this game, but not to the point where I'm willing to try and farm lava eels without any uh, bobbers. So I had said before that the next time I did it, I'm going to not put more parsnips in right now because of getting 6 before. So I was going to make another trap bobber because I feel like that's just the most useful for uh, trying to catch lava eels. But I had also decided that I was going to make my second one, instead of being a second trap bobber, I was going to work on using my quality bobbers so that I'm getting iridium quality lava eel instead of gold to increase the profits further. It's the bachelorette day on the island apparently. All 6 girls you can marry are here. In context of this save file, my 5 girlfriends and my wife. Because I thought, I mean, yes, it says single now, but they still have the uh, bouquet icon next to them. Yeah, so it may not be an easy catch, but I am reasonably certain that even without the fishing bar size of deluxe bait, with one trap bobber, I will at least be able to catch a majority of these lava eels. But of course I fail the first one just to show that it's not guaranteed. Lava eels are a very difficult fish. Probably up there with octopus as the most difficult non-legendary fish to catch. But you can see it's iridium quality thanks to the quality bobber. No matter what fishing buffs I give myself, I'm not going to be getting them iridium quality because of perfect catches. It's just not going to happen. With enough buffs, you can make your fishing bar pretty massive, but not to the point where you could reliably get perfect catches on something like a lava eel. Whether I want to continue with using one trap bobber and one quality bobber will be determined by this day. If I still catch most of the lava eels, then I will continue doing this. But if I find that they're a little too difficult to catch with just one trap bobber consistently, then I'll accept gold quality for easier catches. One like that, you would really need it to hardly escape at all when it's not in the bar. I'm not sure I would have caught that particular one anyway. I would have to do a lot of math to figure out if the... Yeah, sometimes they can escape when they are actually in the bar. I would have to do a lot of math to figure out if the number of lava eels that escape is made up for by the higher quality. And one day of data would not be enough for that. That one was almost perfect anyway. But it wouldn't make a difference. There's no like iridium plus quality. The important thing is that I catch more than escape. As long as I'm doing that, I feel pretty good. Unfortunately, the monkeys are here again, and them splashing around sometimes causes me to reel in too quickly. I got some lava euro, and I got the 4th ticket, so I can start doing what I like to do with goats. I do need to make one more cheese press though for that. Because when I'm getting 4, I'll be getting 4 goat milk each day and 4 regular milk each day. And I have 7 cheese presses. So with the fact that I only like to go in there once a day, I need one more cheese press to make it perfect. And then I have to be really careful actually giving the animal crackers because there's no confirmation asking if you're sure you want to use the animal cracker on that animal, and you can waste one by accidentally clicking on an animal that has already received one. And they're just too valuable to waste like that. How are we doing on eel bait? I've still got 5. The bobbers may wear off before I'm out of lava eel bait. I probably shouldn't be going for chests, but shrimp cocktail. Actually, let me look at that real quick. It does give a fishing buff, so on the future day of lava eel fishing, that may be a valuable one to bring with me. This one's giving me some trouble, and I messed up the bounce at the bottom, so... it caused it to escape a little more than it should have. If I hadn't messed up the bottom, I probably would have caught it by now. And I messed up the bottom again where I would have caught it, but in the end it worked out anyway. I did not bring extra bobbers nor the materials to make extra bobbers, so when they're done, so am I for the day. Lavia are already hard to catch, but it's a lot harder when your stomach is making unpleasant sounds. Once again, I will be back. Okay, we're back in. I used my last piece of bait, but the trap bobber and quality bobber are like one fish away from breaking, so I don't really want to make a whole new set of lava eel bait just for one fish. But I will make more lava eel bait. I will do what I did previously and use just one of the lava eels to make more bait. And when I'm ready to do more fishing, I will take it. So I'll try to remember not to, of course, if the next time I'm fishing is in the next stream, then I may well forget. Go to the farm because that's what will allow me to warp back fastest. But tomorrow, it's the starfruit being watered. I will put the bait maker down and put just one of the 16 lava eels I've got in there. Let me take my... Okay, I never like having the sonar bobber. I already have some starfruit in there, but not enough. Does Sandy actually close her shop? Or is it just a question of whether you can actually get to the desert? Okay, let's buy 500. I think it's around 503. Let's buy 50 more, just to be sure. Yes, it's a big cost to buy the starfruit seeds, but I will get so much more from selling even just the gold and silver quality and saving the regular quality for wine. I'll just stick it in there for now. Let me pull out 15 coal and start smoking the eel. Alright, let me find the goats. Oh, I cannot give them golden animal crackers when they're trying to sleep, apparently. That's a shame. I plan to leverage the fact that, they're asleep and not moving to, more easily give them the crackers, but the game has thwarted me. I did get one treasure chest that had lava eel roe in it. It had 3 of them, and if I had put more parsnips in, I would have one left over. Oh, but then some were ready just after that. I suppose, no. With the mods that are available to me, I could have checked that and not had an issue. I wouldn't mind selling them all tonight. Honestly, I think I'm gonna end the stream here for tonight. There's other things that I want to do. I would love to get that starfruit harvest in today's stream, but it's feeling like I'm going to need another break soon, and I can't promise that that would be the last one either. So, I do think it is to my advantage personally and to the advantage from a viewing standpoint that I call it here. So, if you watch live on YouTube or Twitch, whether you chatted or lurked, I appreciate you. If you are watching the archive later on YouTube, thank you for checking it out. I hope that however your day is going, it is